We've all heard the term water off a duck's back, but one QB has managed to get a monkey off of his back with his historic win in the playoffs, only to have it tarnished with a classless act. Let's get right into the nitty-gritty details of this monumental mess-up and other NFL news that has been making the rounds. First, career monkey finally off this QB's back. Los Angeles Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford has finally got the monkey off his back and clinched an NFL playoff victory. One of the greatest statistical quarterbacks in history fixed the glaring omission on his resume with a comprehensive 34-11 win over the Arizona Cardinals in the NFC wildcard game on Monday night. The former number 1 draft pick has spent 12 seasons with the Detroit Lions before joining the Rams in 2021, and it's paying dividends. Stafford had 185 career starts heading into the clash, which marks the longest anyone has waited for a postseason win. The 33-year-old had thrown the most touchdowns in NFL history among players without a playoff victory, but this time Stafford delivered, throwing 202 yards and 2 touchdowns as a tactical masterclass from Rams coach Sean McVay shut down Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray. The win was marred slightly by a classless gesture from Rams running back Cam Akers in the third quarter. Akers made heavy contact with Arizona safety Budda Baker before rising to his feet and gesturing for his rival to stay down. Baker did stay down because he was clearly concussed, and the game was held up for several minutes as he left the field on a stretcher to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance. The gesture from Akers irked several Cardinals players, resulting in a push and shove before officials broke up the melee. Next, Bills quarterback Josh Allen is not complaining about overtime rules. Allen sat on the sidelines as the Chiefs took the opening kickoff of overtime and then drove the distance for a game-winning touchdown. For the second straight season, the Bills' playoff dreams ended at Arrowhead Stadium. Allen's 4th touchdown pass of the night appeared to seal a Bills trip back to the AFC Championship game. The Chiefs needed just 2 plays to get into field goal range to rip the heart out of Buffalo. The loss hurts all the more after Allen put on a sterling performance, racking up 329 yards on 27 of 37 passing with a quartet of touchdowns to Davis. Allen also powered his way for 68 rushing yards on 11 carries, including several massive chain-moving runs. The only nick on Allen's postseason resume was calling tails on the overtime coin flip, which came up heads and gave the Chiefs the ball. KC marched down the field for the overtime score to end the game. All Allen could do was watch from the sideline. Allen's experience was similar to what Mahomes went through 4 seasons ago in Arrowhead Stadium when the Chiefs watched Tom Brady march for the game-winning score in overtime without Mahomes touching the pigskin. Allen said watching KC drive the field, helpless on the sideline, was a learning moment he'll hold on to for future face-offs. Despite not touching the ball in overtime, Allen wasn't blaming the rules. Now Reid imparts game-winning wisdom to Mahomes. Chiefs coach Andy Reid said he told Patrick Mahomes before the final drive of regulation that when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper and go get it. So he did exactly that. Reid said that he makes everybody around him better, which is what he's great at, and you know he does it effortlessly. When it gets tough, he's going to get out there battling, and the players appreciate that. Armed with 3 timeouts, the Chiefs still had time for 2, perhaps even 3 plays. Mahomes completed a 19-yard pass to Hill on first down, followed by a timeout. Mahomes then fired a dart to Travis Kelce for a 25-yard gain down to Buffalo's 31 with just enough time left to burn another timeout, setting up Butker for his 49-yard game-tying field goal attempt. Kansas City won the overtime coin toss, received and covered 75 yards with relative ease for the 42-36 victory. Mahomes' game-winning TD pass to Kelce only required a quick review before confirming what everyone in Kansas City, Buffalo, and the rest of the football world already knew, which was that the Chiefs had won the most thrilling playoff game possibly ever. They now move on to face the Cincinnati Bengals in next Sunday's AFC Championship game. Now, official explains unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Tom Brady. Tom Brady won't be playing in another Super Bowl in February, and the end of his 22nd professional season didn't arrive without frustration. Brady was under duress frequently during Sunday's 30-27 loss to the Los Angeles Rams, taking 3 sacks and ending up on the receiving end of contact on more than a few occasions. One shot to his upper chest area delivered by Von Miller early in the second quarter left Brady with a bloody lip and a bone to pick with the game's officials. The quarterback then turned toward referee Sean Hockley to voice his displeasure with a lack of roughing the passer penalty after being hit by Miller, drawing a flag just not for the reason Brady wanted. Brady was penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct for the first time in his career. Hockley explained the flag after the game. Brady got in Hockley's face in an aggressive manner and used abusive language towards him. Brady was knocked back a step or 2, but didn't come close to falling down as a result of the contact. That didn't keep him from giving Hockley an earful, and the referee responded in kind. Brady has certainly been protected by adjustments to rules intended to limit contact on quarterbacks during his career, with one penalty being created to eliminate the cause of a season-ending ACL tear suffered by Brady in 2008. The NFL is well aware of the importance of quarterbacks and has reacted accordingly, but a bloody lip and minor contact to the face mask isn't going to be enough to draw a flag, no matter how fiercely Brady states his his case. Next, 49ers confuse Aaron Rodgers with defense in the Packers game. DeMeco Ryans had been a defensive coordinator for all of 2 games the first time he squared off against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers' high-powered offense. It was a long night in September for the 49ers as Green Bay jumped out to a big early lead before Rodgers led a last-minute drive to win the Week 3 showdown. For a moment Saturday, the host Packers appeared to pick up right where they left off in San Francisco. Rodgers dissected the Niners defense on an opening touchdown drive that didn't even require a third down conversion. Green Bay got the ball back 9 more times, but didn't reach the end zone again in a shocking 13-10 home defeat to San Francisco in the divisional round. Such a performance has rarely been seen from a Rodgers-led unit during his storied career. The Packers' 10 points were the fewest in his 21 career playoff starts, with Rodgers failing to throw a touchdown for only the second time. His 5 sacks taken tied a postseason career high. It was an inexplicable showing from the presumptive MVP, who had thrown at least 2 touchdowns in 14 of the past 15 games, and the Packers offense, which had scored at least 30 points in 6 of the past 7 games. 4 months ago, Rodgers led 6 scoring drives in a 30-28 win against the Niners. Lessons were clearly learned by San Francisco's 37-year-old defensive coordinator, whose unit has allowed an average of 17.2 points over its last 11 games. Now we have injury updates of A.J. Dillon, Tyrann Mathieu, and Tyler Johnson. Green Bay Packers running back A.J. Dillon sustained a fractured rib against the 49ers on Saturday. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reported this on Sunday as per a source familiar with the situation. Dillon did not return to the game after exiting midway through the third quarter due to a chest injury. Kansas City safety Tyrann Mathieu has entered concussion protocol and did not return against the Bills. Mathieu was taken to the locker room in the first quarter to be evaluated for a head injury. Tampa Bay Buccaneers receiver Tyler Johnson did not return against the Rams after sustaining a rib injury in the second half. Tampa Bay listed offensive lineman Tristan Wirfs as inactive prior to kickoff due to an ankle injury. Saints head coach Sean Payton has not committed to returning to New Orleans for the 2022 NFL season. Sources say that Payton, who has 3 years left on his contract, has not committed to returning to coach for another season in New Orleans. He has not yet informed the organization for whom he's coached since 2006 that he will definitely return. Sources have also said that it would be highly unlikely for Payton to coach another team in 2022. Rather, this would be a mini retirement to recharge for a year after a season several people close to him described as incredibly challenging and difficult. Moreover, in this scenario, the Payton era is likely over in New Orleans. If he were to return to coaching, it's expected it would be with another organization. That's all for now, folks, but we'll be back with more interesting videos. To stay informed about the sports industry, keep watching our videos. Tell us how you think the playoffs are going to pan out this season by sounding off in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe before leaving. Hey, we're signing off for now.